Searching. 85 Denver. Nothing on these. Oh, we got a railroad rim. Right off the bat. Look at there. A little bit of a railroad rim. (2017) Denver. Hey, JB. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. Hey, new Marshall. Let's find some goodies. Well, my first one, let me see if I can find it here. This one. Yep, right off the bat, I found a railroad rim. So, from there, all the way around, and back to the other side. So, yep, found a railroad rim right off the bat. So, not a bad deal. 77 Denver, nothing on them. Cruise it. Save that for copper. 95. Nothing on the 95s. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there is. There's possible DDO. Nothing on the date. Not really seeing anything on the lettering and trust. Don't think we're seeing anything on the E. The W, definitely not seeing anything there. Not so much on the D or the O or the G. The N usually is a good one to check, but nothing on that. I'll take her down here to Liberty. And maybe a little bit. On that T on the left side and the Y on the left side. I'll take a look at the book. 95. I say 95 Denver, I think. Nope, 95 Philly. And what does the book say? The book says it is more predominantly vertically on the letters, which it is not here. So I'm going to have to say nope. And in the 95, sometimes there is a sharp line going off of the 1. There's nothing there, so no such luck. It is what it is. We'll keep on hunting. 83 Denver. No earlobe. Nope, it's got an earlobe. Pretty beat up anyways. 83. Possible DDO. Kind of hard to tell. But I'm not seeing anything there. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to get the book out again. I think the more I do this, the better I'm gonna get, but the 83. More on the reverse. It's saying plus counter die clashes. Oh, more in the 8 and 3. More saying about die clashes and the digits, but it is saying on the reverse, the E pluribus. No, that's too hard to. Well, wait a minute. No, I'm gonna have to say no. We pluribus unum. Definitely not there. Definitely not on the U and the N. So, nope. Strike out once again. But we'll save it because it might be a copper. Who knows? Hi, Kathy Keith. How are you? So, 2015. 2015 had possible DDO. Not seeing anything there. Nothing in Liberty. Nope, nothing there. 1989. Nothing usually on the 89. We'll cruise around here, look for maybe a die crack or something like that. Not seeing anything there. Nope, nothing on that one. 99 Denver. Nice win on B. Wallers last night there, Kathy Keith. Congratulations. 99 Denver, possible wide AM on the Phillies, but not the Denvers, so that's not what we're looking for. I know you went down early, but I imagine you probably already found out through the grapevine. So I didn't make it all night either. He likes to spend all night hunting, and I just can't do that. I need my sleep. Thanks for everybody stopping in and hitting the like button. I appreciate that. 72D. Nothing on the 72Ds. It's pretty beat up. So we'll just toss that in the bucket. I didn't see what you won. I just heard your name called. 2015 Denver. Nothing on them. So you'll have to go back and watch the end of the stream if you want to find out what you won if you don't know. 2003. Nothing on the 2003. We'll take a look. Yeah, you'll have to go back through and watch the end of the stream. Find out what you won. I'm not sure what you won, but I'm pretty sure that he called your name. He did not call my name, so. 2020 Denver. Not on them, but nothing there. '98, 81 Denver. Nothing on them. Cruise around here quick. '90 Denver. Nothing usually on the 90s, but we'll cruise. 81 Denver. Nothing on them. What are we looking for when we go around the edge like that? So I am looking for double dies. I am looking for, we're going to look for off-center strikes, looking for the dates, die cracks, anything that catches my eye that could be a mint error or a mistake, could be a problem with the coin itself during the minting process. And right there, we've got what they call a railroad rim. So if you look right there, you can see where it's solid here, and then it goes to a split. It kind of looks like the gap between two railroad tracks. That is what they call a railroad rim. It's not very prominent because it's only about maybe an eighth of the coin going around, but you can see right there, I'll zoom in here. You can see right there on the red line, on each side of that is a railroad rim. So that you follow that up, and it's just kind of a die clash part. Not really a die clash, but it's if you look on this side, it's pretty solid. And as you follow it around, that starts to split out. Obviously, there's a lot of damage on this coin, so it's not going to make it worth much, but maybe a couple extra cents. But so it's not that big of a deal. But it is kind of a neat little anomaly. 79 Denver. Nothing usually on the 79 Denvers. So if you're new to my channel, hey, Nick, Walter, how are we all doing? If you're new to my channel, I appreciate you stopping in. And if you're a frequent flyer, I appreciate you coming in, hanging out with me this afternoon after I get off work. If you are new, don't be afraid to ask questions. If you want to find something out, there's lots of knowledgeable people here. Let me take a better look at this. That looks like a scratch. Pretty dirty. 98 Denver. The 98 Phillies have the white AM on the reverse. And since this is a Denver, we're not going to find it. But so that one's having a good day. Good. Hit that like button. I appreciate that, Nick. Appreciate you guys coming in and hitting the subscribe. If you're new to my channel, that's great. Appreciate you hanging out. 77. Nothing usually on the 77. I am well, Walter. I appreciate you coming in. I did have a pretty good day. Got done, spent a little time working and hanging out in the coin community during my breaks. So that, or I'd be listening in the background to just listening to Coin Op and crew. Had a nice little presentation. Doug put on a nice presentation. 64 Denver. Nothing usually on the 64s. So I got supper cooking. All in the crock pot. Should be ready by the time the wife gets home. And I gotta probably go up and start the oven for roasted broccoli tonight. So we like our vegetables in this family. 1977 Denver. You're trying to figure out what to have for dinner? Well, we are having a marinated pork roast in the crock pot. We had some, it was a sugar-free barbecue sauce that the wife mixed up. She threw a bunch of jalapenos in there and threw it in the crock pot. So we're gonna have that along with mashed cauliflower and roasted broccoli. So that's what we're doing for supper. Sounds good. Well, yeah, I hope so. We thought we'd try this new. When we do our marinades, we just kind of throw shit together and see if it works. And hopefully this one works. We had a old bottle of barbecue sauce that was pretty. It was more of a vinegar barbecue sauce, which I love vinegar barbecue sauces. And it was sitting in the fridge, and the wife asked what we were going to do this morning for supper, and I said, well, let's do a pork roast, so because we already had that set out. That might be a lamination error right there. I think we got us a lamination error, or a really, really fine die crack. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the crock pot. We have an air fryer, but we just don't use it very often. We should use it more. I love smoking meats. That's probably my favorite thing to do. Oh, 92. If that would have been a close AM, we would have been sitting good. But all right, Walter, appreciate you hanging out and spending a little bit of time with us. I appreciate the likes and stopping in. 72, nothing quite there. So, so if you guys are new watching my stream, I appreciate you coming in. If you got any questions, don't be afraid to ask. If you are new, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. I go live in the mornings before work, and I try to get on after work, 1990. And right now we're going through pennies that I got from my son, and he had a whole big jar of them. And I said, well, I'll go through them for you. So see what we find. Oh, no, I thought you said you were heading out because you almost time to call it a day and head home. Sorry, no, I wasn't kicking you out. I thought you were leaving. No, I just read that almost time to call it a day and head home. So I thought you were heading home. But no, I'm not kicking anybody out. That's what my mods are for. My mods are to keep the place steered in the right direction. There's an 82. We'll save that and weigh it up later. So let's see here. 21. Nothing usually on these. So no, I don't kick anybody out. That's what my mods are for. If you get unruly, I give my mods permission to kick or time out whoever it needs to be, because can't wait to warmer weather and I can do some barbecue. Oh, I do, Nick, I do that year round. I could not live without my barbecue. I have 3 smokers, and I've got a big old gas grill, and I grill, I smoke, I do everything year round. I couldn't make it a month without eating something off the smoker or off the grill. DDR. We're looking for a DDR here on the 2004. Nothing there. Way too cold. Now, Nick, it can't be that cold. I'm in north central Iowa, and the last time the coldest I grilled was a couple weeks ago when it was I think it was maybe 20 degrees out, if that. I fired up the old grill and got her going. So if you're a diehard, it's not hard to fire up that grill, Nick. No, I will grill or smoke in any kind of weather. If I need an umbrella, by golly, I'm gonna take an umbrella outside with me and I'm gonna grill. 99 Denver, not really anything to find here. Might have been a little bit of a railroad rim on the edge there. See how the rim gets pretty thin down here and it starts to widen out. And there's a little bit of a railroad rim right there, but then it disappears. So kind of an off-center strike. Not a diehard. All right, I understand that. Not everybody can be a diehard. Oh, we got us a 2009. What is it going to be? It is the Lincoln Early Log Cabin. So nice. We got a 2009 log cabin. There's an 83. 83 Philly. Has possible DDOs, possible DDRs. So we'll scan around here. We'll look. Nothing on that. Nothing there. G looks pretty straight. Not seeing anything on Liberty. His eyes, nose, and mouth look good. Let's check the chin underneath. Not really seeing anything there. It's hard to tell. I'll flip it over. We'll take a look at the reverse. Look at America. Now, I was told that sometimes the R's are a good one to see because they look more pointed. So I'm going to get the book out here. 60s, we're here today. Yeah, we had some decent 60s today. No, I'm not seeing what I was hoping for. Look, nope, top of the C. But it is an 83, so we're going to probably save it off to the side just so we can weigh it. And hopefully we can find that famous copper that everybody wants to find. But I don't think this is a double die, so we'll set it off the side, we'll save it, we'll weigh it up later. $2014, nothing usually on these. We got us an 81 Denver. Nothing on that. Appreciate you all hanging out with me. 282. Nothing usually on the 22s, but it's always good to check most of the coin. Maybe might find a new one. If it stands out, then great. That is an ugly one. Let's get it facing the right direction. 2013, nothing on them. A 2023 Denver. It looks like we got a ring of death right there. Big old ring of death right there. So we'll just skip that one. Yeah, we've got... I was kind of planning. I grilled yesterday. We had skinless brats last night, and so they were delicious. DDO, we're looking for a DDO on the 1980s. So yeah, we had skinless brats and mac and cheese with cauliflower in it, and a little bit of possible doubling on the D. The O. By golly, we might have a little bit of doubling here. It's kind of beat up, and it does have a railroad rim. We'll set that one to the side. we'll get somebody a little more professional than me to look at it. Maybe when Michael Erickson or Jim or KJ stop in, maybe they can take a look at it for me, see what they think. 2002 Denver. Nothing usually on these. Nothing there. 2012 Denver. Nothing usually on these either. So appreciate you guys hanging out. If anybody's new and wants to ask a question, don't be afraid to throw that in chat, or if you just want to say hi and introduce yourself. Love meeting new people and hanging out. So it's always fun to meet new people in the chat and get to know them. I think I started my first stream. I jumped right in there and introduced myself because everybody thought I was a glow wave and fire, and I was like, no, that's not how you pronounce it. That's how it looks, but when you type it in and the L loses its tail or foot, then it looks like, or the I loses its and boy, that U looks a little different. It's kind of weird. 2007. Yeah, there's nothing in the 2007s, but yeah, you jump in chat and you say hi and get to know people and ask questions, and that's how we all learn. I'm not going to say that I know the answer to everything because I don't, but I'd be more than happy to baffle you with bullshit if I don't. No, I'd be honest with you. I'd straight up tell you I don't have a clue. So if I don't know the answer, I'm not gonna lie to you, because that's not what builds a good coin community. Honesty and learning together is what I enjoy doing. And I've learned a lot just in this last month of putting these streams on, looking for errors. So 75 Denver, not really anything there. So we got 13 people in here watching. I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. Ooh, 88 Denver. We're gonna look for that serif on the G, and it's not there. Dang it. So you guys hanging out, I appreciate that. If you got any questions, don't be afraid to ask. I'm going to be on here just till I finish this next handful. And I'll be back on tomorrow morning. I've got a military funeral that I am going to help provide services for. So I will be doing that. And then after that, I will be possibly going live again. So I'm hoping to be able to do that. Ooh, another 88 Denver. Let's take a look. No serif on that. So yeah, I got a military funeral that we're going to provide services for, graveside services for tomorrow. And I will probably after that, I think after the service and we go back for a quick bite to eat or lunch or whatever they're doing, I will be jumping on live and we'll be maybe doing this a little early tomorrow. So this is my last one for tonight. 2014 Denver, nothing normal on these. And nothing is. So I appreciate you all hanging out with me this afternoon, and we will hopefully catch you tomorrow morning when I am on again before work, and then possibly tomorrow afternoon sometime. So we'll maybe bust out quite a bit of these. So we will all see each other when we see each other. And you all have a great night, and we'll catch you later. Appreciate you stopping in and hanging out with me. Have a good night, all. Bye-bye now.